NYC Home Sellers Closing Costs Calculator, Sishodia PLLC, NYC Real Estate Attorney. In any closing transaction in New York, there will be closing costs involved for both sellers and buyers. Sellers' closing costs in New York City can run around 8 to 10% of your sale price, depending on the type of property, so it is important to be prepared. To discuss the closing costs you may expect during your home sale, contact top-rated NYC real estate attorney Natalia Sishodia today. A seller's closing costs will typically come out of the sales proceeds and will be deducted from the amount collected at closing. If your proceeds are not sufficient to cover these costs at closing, you will have to pay them out of pocket. Closing costs that a seller may be subject to at closing include the real estate agent/broker's commission, a building flip tax, New York City transfer tax, New York State transfer tax, move-out deposit, move-out fee, managing agent fee, bank loan satisfaction fees, residential deed transfer fee, automated city register information system, ACRIS, filing fees. Real estate agents charge a commission for a sales transaction, with both the buyers and sellers' agents getting a portion of the total commission at the closing. The real estate commission is what makes up most of the closing costs that are paid by a seller. This will be split between the sellers and the buyer's agents. A building flip tax is not really a tax but a transfer fee that is imposed by co-ops in the city when a unit is sold. Flip taxes were primarily put into place to discourage unit owners from reselling at a profit or flipping the unit. Flip taxes are determined by the individual policies of the co-op and can vary, typically between 1 and 3% of the sales price of the unit, although some charge a flat fee. The New York City transfer tax, otherwise known as the Real Property Transfer Tax, RPTT, must be paid whenever real estate changes hands and applies to any property over $25,000. Anyone selling a home in New York State will also be subject to a New York State transfer tax in the amount of 0.4% of the sales price for properties sold below $3 million. For those properties sold for over $3 million, the seller will be responsible for a New York State transfer tax of 0.65% of the sales price. If you are selling a co-op in New York City, it is fairly typical for both buyer and seller to be charged a move-in or move-out fee. Depending on the property, transaction, and residency of the seller can also expect to pay other miscellaneous fees, including a managing agent fee, satisfaction fee to any mortgage holder, pro rata common property charges adjustment with the buyer, pro rata real estate tax adjustment with the buyer, payoff attorney fee, UCC-3 filing fee, other ACRIS filing fees, deed transfer fee or non-deed co-op transfer fee, New York real estate attorney fees, IT 2663 for condo sale, and IT 2664 for coupe sale, NYS capital gain withholding equal to 10.9% on gain for out-of-state sellers. FERPTA withholding equal to 15% of the purchase price for foreign national sellers. Disbursements, overnight mail fees, FedEx fees, and messenger fees. Closing costs for single-family homes and condominiums are fairly straightforward. While owning property is one thing, in the case of a co-op, you don't own the property but a share in a corporate structure. Consequently, you are not an owner, but an investor in the corporation that owns the property. In most cases, sellers' closing costs in New York and New York City are unavoidable, especially when it comes to filing fees, co-op fees, and other state and city taxes. As either a buyer or seller in today's real estate market, it is always best to understand exactly what to expect in closing costs, so you aren't unpleasantly surprised at the closing table. Navigating any real estate transaction in New York can be complicated. Having a skilled New York real estate attorney by your side ensures that your transaction is a smooth one and that the closing costs you are paying as the seller are fair and accurate. At Sishodia PLLC, our New York real estate attorneys pride ourselves on our vast knowledge and experience with real estate transactions throughout the city and the state. If you are selling a piece of real estate in New York, call us at 833-616-4646 or contact us through our online contact form to schedule an appointment to discuss your transaction. The Sishodia PLLC cannot guarantee a specific result in any legal matter.